Hey y'all, Stephanie with Minimalist Mom Life. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am starting something new, and that is 3-Minute Tuesdays, as you saw by the title. I recently posted on Instagram asking for any YouTube videos you guys would like what should I do this week? And I think I got like 30 something ideas. And they were all different, but a lot of them had to do with budgeting and minimalism, family stuff in general, right? But many of them were more like, I feel like things that would be like in a Q&A, like a quick little question that I could do a quick answer to, not an entire like lengthy video. So that gave me the idea to do, rather than do just a long Q&A or a whole bunch of Q&As and that get boring, I thought I would take many of these ideas and then turn them into 3-Minute Tuesdays. So a quick little 3-minute video to answer questions that you guys have, which is my ideas, how we do things, and hopefully it's an encouragement to you. So my first one, I'm already at like a minute, so maybe since I had to do the introduction, it'll be longer than 3 minutes, but not by much. I wanted to talk about cash budgeting and why I love cash budgeting. And I say cash budgeting instead of cash envelopes because I don't actually put the cash into separate envelopes. But I also did recently a Q&A on budgeting over on my Instagram, which it's Minimalist Mom Life there as well. And I reference it a lot because Instagram's a lot easier to use quickly than YouTube, and I don't want to spend a lot of time online, so that's often where I go to just to kind of brain dump things for y'all. Anyways, when I was doing that, I got a lot of questions on budgeting, and I did share that we cash budget for a few things. And so the categories for us that I take out every month, or every month in cash, are our food budget, so like our groceries. We don't have an eating out budget. I shared this before, but we just don't eat out. But if we did, it would come from that. So our food budget, our date night budget, my fun money and my husband's fun money comes out in cash. Our household money comes out in cash, and the money I spend on kids, so like diapers, kids' clothes, stuff like that, comes out in cash. So every month I get those amounts, and then I don't put them into envelopes per se. I just kind of keep them in categories in my wallet. So why cash budgeting? Why do I prefer that versus just swiping a debit card or like a credit card or something? We are huge Dave Ramsey followers. I've shared this before again. I met him this last January. It was on my 30 before 30. I love him. I've been following his principles since I was in college, so which I graduated from college in 2010, so it's been a while. And he has, one of the biggest reasons to use cash is there's psychology and research that shows you spend less when you use cash than when you swipe a card, because there's more of a feeling associated with it. In your brain even than when you're just swiping a card. So one reason to do it is because you tend to spend less. The next reason is you know how much you have. One thing I love about having cash for those categories is at any given time, if I'm running to the grocery store, I can just count up my cash really quick and I know how much I have left in the grocery budget, as opposed to having to look on Excel or even look on, I don't like apps and stuff for budgeting. So as opposed to having to look in another area to see how much, hey, how much do I have left in the kids category? I already know, oh, I still have $80 left, so I can go get jeans and shoes or whatever. I don't have to wait till next month for the kids. You know exactly how much you have left. And the other reason is you have it when you need it. So we have had times when we haven't been doing the cash budget, and that's fine too. I mean, do whatever you want. But one of the things I always run into is like, then you need cash for something. Like for where we live, if you go to any of the local like lakes, you have to pay for parking, and you need cash for that usually if there's not someone there. And so all the little times that you run into needing cash and you don't have it because you don't use cash anymore, you have it if you were cash budgeting, so it's nice to always have. You know you can afford things. I feel like when you take money out in cash, you've already designated it to those areas. You've given yourself permission to use that fun money. You've given yourself permission for that grocery budget or that date night or whatever, so you feel a little bit more free about using it. The money is literally in your hands. You know you can afford it. You're not putting it on a card to pay off later. You're not putting on a debit card and having to go home and make sure that's put in the Excel budget that you just spent that money. You have it. You've already budgeted for it. You get the freedom to spend it. And then you can give easier is my last point. You see a homeless person, or you see just somebody in need, or you just want to quickly, just give somebody cash. You just want to bless somebody, or just sneak them in, you're giving somebody a card, or somebody at work is collecting money to get your boss a birthday present or something. You have the cash, you're able to contribute and give. So those are the reasons that I love cash budgeting. I know some people are scared to carry around cash because what if they lose their wallet? How many times have you really lost your wallet? That's always kind of what I think about that. I mean, again, to each their own. If you're worried about carrying cash, you don't have to. I've never lost my wallet. If you think back like 20 years ago, everybody always carried cash, and I don't think they lost their wallets all the time. I don't think their wallets were honestly stolen that much. So I think that's just kind of a worry people put in their head because they don't want to carry cash. But I love cash budgeting. Leave down in the comments down below if you cash budget for anything and how it works for you. And I will talk to you on my next 3 Minute Tuesday. And if you have any more ideas for me on quick little videos, leave in the comments down below. Y'all have a great day.